Welcome back, guys, to Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations, where last episode we investigated the scene of the crime, learning that the victim was none other than Manny Koshin, the suspect in the original KG8 incident, as we then started finding remnants of the prior cases. With the Yatagrasu key opening a safe with stolen items and documents within, we now try to prevent Shih-na from arresting who she suspects of the killing, Kay Faraday. So why arrest Kay? Even your police confirm that the Yatagrasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilising the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagrasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagrasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body. I mean, the whole that she's not going to lie about being the Yatagrasu is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she's the Yatagrasu. Exactly, but it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagrasu. Ah, look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagrasu. Imposter or not, it matters not. Yatagrasu is Yatagrasu. Very well, then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagrasu who killed Mr. Manny Koshin. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. So what are we going to go for here? It doesn't really help when the person we're trying to defend for being the Yatagrasu is the Yatagrasu and will testify as being the Yatagrasu, does it? Even your police confirm the Yatagrasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Hold it! They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagrasu that committed murder eluded us. Of course, I chased after the Yatagrasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl. Ah! In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight. Utilising the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagrasu snuck into this embassy. Hold it! The confusion caused by the fire? Are you saying that the Yatagrasu was not the arsonist who started the fire? A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Yeah. What? In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagrasu. Was it you, Gumshoe? Hold it! I've had enough. Murdering people, that's why I've disappeared from the series. Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she's a killer. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagrasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secrets. Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Koshin for the key. I see. The logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Manny Koshin for the key. But the key was on him. She did a crap job of it. Objection! That's right? Agent Shi-na, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagrasu, I'm certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Koshin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagrasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. Wow, that's, do you have like a goldfish bowl under the hair or something? That's a lot of water leaking. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all. Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Koshin had the key on him. It was really obvious. Objection! If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact. Need? Reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. Ah! But the fact still remains that Mr. Koshin was stabbed to death. Objection! but you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. Okay. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There's no counter-argument. Though, of course, the handles weren't on them, so they burnt away, supposedly. Which would place the murder earlier, before the fire, which is after she got here. That is your definitive evidence? You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No. No! Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear! And you came in here because you were chasing this suspicious person. That's right, I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. When I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... That fire burned fast. And out fast. Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream. Why would she scream then? And when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon. I had the knife analysed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me. You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? That's... I don't know. But I know they came in here. It sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, she has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't... Okay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can. Don't worry, I can and I will. But first I need to figure out with the fire service, how fast did they manage to put this fire out? How fast did it burn? Did it burn itself out? Why did you leave the room after putting the fire out if you did put the fire out, allowing this guy to get murdered? Like, what the hell? Why was this guy in the room, but didn't die of fire, but there's fire problems? I have no clue what this room is. Definitive evidence. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. Hold it! Yeah, okay, we get that. We can see that one. Does this mean that you already have the results back? We have confirmed that the shape of the Babyliss knife's blade matches the wound. I always imagine in some respects that they just stick the knife in and go, yeah, it went in really nicely. Despite the fact that, of course, that would then create the impression that the knife does fit perfectly because, well, it's going in already a hole and then just widening it to the point. So I do... So I'm like wondering how do they quickly preliminary test it? They just jam it in there and go, yeah, fits. Obviously not. But wait a second, it's the world of Ace Attorney. That could actually happen. Confirm that the shape of the Babyliss knife's blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensic teams with your own. That's what they do in Interpol. Yep, it's the knife. Objection! I wonder if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear. I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit. If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead. I got myself silently tittering at the thought of them just putting the knife in it now again. That's been my intention all along. Now let us return to your testimony. It's just a weird notion. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. Hold it! You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes? I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. Were you? Did you see the person going in? When I heard that girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there motionless with a knife in her hands. But I already told you, I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights, and then you found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet. How many times do I have to tell you? We can't trust the words of a suspect. The only thing you'll accept is evidence, is it? That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of Interpol on the scene of a crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent? I think I do, because there is one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again. So it's that statement, because the prompt. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. So it's this statement. I won't present yet, but I guess I have to examine this. 1 of 3 of set of metal knives covered in victim's blood, blade same as wound. Well, the handle was oddly not covered. There's a lot of skilled detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable. I guess some people can change them. Oh, I guess some people can change it whenever they feel like it. Sound like fun, sir? I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, detective. I guess the blood is down it quite a bit. Anything else weird to examine here? Nothing on the butt of the knife for this one. It won't really turn for me that well at the moment. So this is what took Mr. Coach's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade. Well, I've been a detective for 7 years already. I've seen a lot of weapons in my days. But knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear. As like guns, this is one weapon where you're likely to find the victim's blood on it. Yeah, just like how this one's practically drenching it, huh, sir? Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow. Which makes no sense. So the handle was placed on after the murder itself. The knife was plunged in somehow without that handle on it. Due to the fact that, 1, it hasn't burnt away in the fire. 2, that it is spotless. Maybe it was in a bag again? Does make you wonder. So if we're presenting to that statement and it's regarding the knife, what am I doing here? Presenting the knife? Objection! A bit of a stab in the dark as to what happened to Manny Coaching anyway. So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? Yes, there's not enough blood everywhere. What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. It wasn't the real murder weapon. This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? Okay. As you can see, the Babyliss knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body. What's that logo on it? And proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Coaching was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay. Okay, the Babyliss knife handle is obtained. Your argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible the girl herself is the one who switched the handles. Hold it! Don't be ridiculous. What purpose would she do such a thing? I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem. The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Coaching's killer. Right, zoom. Enhance. Let's examine this. I want to see it. What is this mark on here? It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means. It's the blade from the other embassy. No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? But the answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this. So something that proves the difference? Is it that? I'm assuming there's some more details on it. We've got Babal's Primonex statue. That's the only thing that links to the other side of things. I'll go for that.
Take that!
You can't be serious. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. Ah! This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babalese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Shi-Na? After the fire had broken out? That's right. Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Whoop! Way to go, Miss Edgeworth, sir! What a great victory! Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet?
I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name, but what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's the way a real great thief operates. Okay. Oh, thanks so much, Mr. Edgeworth. For proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. Not really, but... Come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again, look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection!
Preposterous. On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is a most elegant proof. Miss Shi-na. Yes? I have no intention of taking back any of what I said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Shi-na. Let me share something with you too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? Well, I guess we better get going. Going? To where? The Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. They know how to get around doing things, don't they? I just love the fact that he has no ego and he's quite happy to work under these conditions to get to the truth. I press save, I don't normally do that, because it takes ages. Right, we move on to our next segment of play. At 7:44 p.m. Back to the Theatrum Neutralis. Oh, yeah, I guess. That would make sense.
Count off! 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1! 1, 1! Shifu. 99 callouts, so all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir! Hey, you. Yeah, you, the second number 1 from my right. Sir, yes, sir? Here, a birthday present for you.
What?
Shifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have. Shifu, you are more of a man than will ever be, sir. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. Langzi says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Tell him I said hi and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir! Sifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Sifu, I'm so moved. I can't stop crying. I should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed! Sir! Yo, were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Shi-Na and she's already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again. I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian embassy. Huh. What if I say no?
Objection!
Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights.
Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Alabasta has the strictest immigration regulations in the world. Or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, about only half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen, it might spoil the soup, if you get what I mean.
How dare you make such assumptions?
Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Alabast, Miss Von Karma.
Ah,
Look, try to understand, okay? Things over in Alabast are a bit of a mess right now.
what do you mean by a bit of a mess?
No one told you. We had an incident in Alabast as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor.
Look, Wolfie, just let us in already.
Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Oh, what? Hello. It's an old man. Not really. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in.
Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation.
Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. It is all because I lack the strength to govern well.
Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador.
You weakling, Cassius! Cross your frailty and inability to effect change in your country! What are you? Another thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And it's my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang. There, you see?
Oh, no way!
Oh no! Mini-war!
Ambassador Alba, I ask you to please reconsider letting them into Alabast.
Oh, what's that?
My very own secretary has been murdered in the Babalese embassy. And he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings, completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but I hope they can cover your travel expenses to Babal someday.
Alright, I get it. Even if you beg, Ambassador Albert, I still have to give the final okay anyway.
Alright, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in.
Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Babal murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babal. Detective Gumshoe,
Please take good care of Kay for me.
Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. Good old rasp for good measure. A raspberry. I'll teach him what?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is?
Oh, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet.
Franziska von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady!
You may address me as Miss von Karma.
Miss von Karma, I leave the investigation of Alabast in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Ataglasu.
The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Francisco a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. And I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Pleno for all that he's done for me. Okay, you can't come with us. Don't sneak in. Okay, I'm glad you were not hurt, but please refrain from such recklessness, alright? What if you had run into the Ataglasu? You could have been killed.
Sorry to make you worry like that. I'll be more careful from now on.
Good girl. It's good to conduct some self-reflection every once in a while.
It's funny, you know. When I talk with you, Mr. Edgeworth, it's like I'm talking with my father.
Is that so? What really seemed that old to her? Ambassador Pleno, I'm in your debt. No, it's nothing! Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational! You've really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but know that I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. No, that's quite alright. Oh, well, how about this then? And what exactly is it? This fountain pen ink, known as Bubbly's ink, is made exclusively of a ball. This is Bubbly's ink. We make it from white wit crystal oil, which is mined from our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. Unfortunately for me, the ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. No, he took a bribe! Great! Wonderful! I guarantee to you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. What about cornering the customer along with the market? Thanks for the ink, I guess. You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following. You mean the Bubbly's ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Bubbly's ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Hold it! Franziska, as your subordinate, I'm part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhengfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babal's special, Bubbly's ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Bubbly's ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babal. Okay then, the Bubbly's ink has been updated. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Koshum was smuggling large amounts of Bubbly's ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess, you still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Bubbly's embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Counterfeit bills data has been jotted down in my organizer. Well, shall we get going? Hold it. What's wrong, Kay?
I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're gonna go gather whatever info we can over on the Beverly side, okay?
Alright, I'm counting on you two.
Right, and I'm counting on you and Miss Von Calm to sniff out clues in Alabast. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phone, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away no matter where you are.
You just told me not to tell you. I'll let you know when the time comes. And so we move to our next scene. On March 14th, 8:17 p.m., the Alabastian Embassy Ambassador's Office. But, of course, we will not continue this until next time, for a new scene requires a new episode. Or at least at this time of an episode having run out, or run through. What will we see here in the Alabastian Embassy? Find out next time on Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations. I'll see you guys then for more. Bye-bye.